In the lush green panhandle of northeastern Namibia lies Bwabwata National Park, a multiple-use area where thousands of people and the world's most iconic wildlife share the same soil. There are no fences here. Instead, there is a delicate, invisible boundary maintained by mutual respect and modern technology. It is a place where elephants navigate ancient migratory paths that cut through villages. And where the roar of a lion often harmonizes with the distant ringing of a cattle bell. At the heart of this narrative is Lyra. Lyra is a lioness, but to those who monitor the pulse of the park, she's also a data point on a map. She wears a satellite collar, a functional necklace that serves as an early warning system. In Bwabwata, the greatest threat to a lion's life isn't a rival pride or a scarcity of prey. It is a kraal full of cattle or goats. When lions prey on community livestock, the retaliation can be swift and fatal. Lyra's collar is her lifeline, a tool to minimize human-wildlife conflict by allowing rangers to predict when she is venturing too close to human settlements. I first met her not through a camera lens from the safety of a game drive vehicle, but as a shadow in the dark at an alarming short distance away from me. It was the blue hour, that fragile time before dawn, when the air is still and heavy. I was preparing for another day of elephant behavior research, loading the vehicle with the essentials of the trade: camera, water, and strong coffee that fuels long hours in the bush. My home was a small tent, pitched for a bit of extra security inside the skeleton of an old doorless army building. After loading the vehicle, I stepped back towards my tent to pull the zipper. That was when the silence changed. A sound, subtle, low, and unmistakable. It pricked the hair on my neck. I looked up. There, barely 10 meters away, stood Lyra. The faint light of my torch caught the glint of her collar and the amber depth of her eyes. For a heartbeat, the world stopped. There was a profound, almost spiritual magic in that shared gaze. But magic is a luxury the vulnerable cannot afford. And with a pounding heart, I snapped back to earth. I retreated into the building and called for help. By the time the camp attendants of Nami Safari Lodge arrived, she had vanished, but her tracks were all over the place. In hindsight, Lyra's behavior was a testament to her temperament. She wasn't stalking, she wasn't threatened, she was simply passing through her territory, a silent observer of a human who shared her environment. If she had been hunting, I wouldn't be telling this story today. Our paths crossed again months later under different circumstances. She had found a partner. For days, Lyra and a large male remained separated from the main pride, locked in the intense, exhausting ritual of mating. It was a raw display of the cycle of life that sustains procreation. A mating pair may copulate every 15 to 30 minutes, sometimes for up to 3 days. This frequency is not incidental. It ensures the likelihood of successful fertilization. The temporary withdrawal from feeding also aligns with this reproductive focus. But the true reward of this long-term observation came months later, while driving along a dusty park road. A movement caught my eye. There was Lyra, revealing her most intimate role yet. She was surrounded by a sea of tawny fur and stumbling paws. She walked with the steady, purposeful gait of a mother on a mission, but her entourage sometimes struggled to match her rhythm. Some of the cubs pushed to the front, eager to see what lay ahead. Others lagged behind, distracted by the vast new world around them. To the stragglers, Lyra was a constant anchor. Every few meters, she would pause and cast a protective glance over her shoulder. As they drew level with my vehicle, the magic of our first meeting returned, but tempered with a mother's caution. Lyra didn't growl. She simply made a deliberate choice. With a subtle shift in her lead, she steered the procession off the dusty road and into the thick protection of the bush. She wasn't fleeing. She was simply maintaining that invisible boundary of safety for her young. She spoke to them, not with a roar, but soft, guttural contact calls, and the cubs answered, high-pitched chirps and mews in response, a constant dialogue of reassurance between mother and offspring. When Lyra was seen the day before, she was trailing 4 cubs, but today the count had risen to 6. In the world of lion, this is the strength of sisterhood. It is common for females in a pride to synchronize their birthing and share parental responsibilities. She wasn't just a mother today, she was also an aunt and a guardian. While her sister was away, likely tracking a large kudu that would later be reported as their successful kill, Lyra took the nursery shift. This communal rearing ensures that while one female provides the calories, the other provides the protection. Only 50% of lion cubs make it to their first year, but still unaware of the dangers. As they moved, the road became their playground, a scene of beautiful, coordinated chaos. And then, for the last time, blessing me with their presence, one cub discovered a fallen tree branch. A simple object to us, but a formidable opponent to a lion cub. He tackled it, teeth sinking into the bark, practicing the grip that might one day sustain a pride. As they started walking away from me, the road felt suddenly empty, but the air still hummed with their presence. In a park where humans and wildlife are constantly negotiating for space, Lyra had just shown me the most successful version of that negotiation. A mother, a sisterhood, and a future, all walking together through the heart of Bwabwata. Before they disappeared in the bush, one cub turned back and watched me with pure and shielded curiosity, maybe wondering what this metal beast in the road could possibly be. Until next time, may the wild always find a way to surprise you.